Person at the jail, what is your name?
Robert Douglas Cole.
This is case number 2543320 the people of the state of Michigan versus Robert Douglas Cole. Mr. Cole, is it accurate that you don't have a telephone number, email address, or a mailing address?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Your Honor, I'm sorry to interrupt, but he did say to me that he was staying at the New Hope Shelter. So that might be an address you could use.
All right. Mr. Cole, it sounds like you've met with somebody from the defender's office. Is that accurate?
Yes, sir.
I have a complaint that alleges that on or about August 8th, 2025, October 8th, 2025, in the city of Cadillac for Wexford County, it is alleged that you committed the offense of disorderly person under the city code. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail and or a fine of not more than $500. Do you understand those charges and the potential penalties?
Yes, sir.
Did you read and sign an advice of rights form at the jail that talked about your rights to an attorney and your rights to a trial?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
You do have the right to be represented by an attorney at all phases throughout this process. And if you could not afford one, one would be appointed to represent you at public expense, but you may be required to repay a portion of that expense. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Today, do you plan to hire an attorney, request the appointment of an attorney, or represent yourself?
Request attorney.
And what is your current source of income?
I don't have any income at the moment, sir.
All right. The court will make a referral to the public defender's office for the appointment of an attorney. Will enter a not guilty plea on your behalf and will set the matter for a pretrial. That's where your attorney and the prosecutor will get together to see if there's a way to resolve the case short of going to trial. You also have the right to have a bond set. Your bond is based upon the probability of you appearing at future court appointments, the seriousness of the offense charged, and the threat that you pose to the public. Historically, counsel, in 20, I show domestic violence as a juvenile. In 24, domestic violence and attempted interfering with electronic communications. In 25, a use of methamphetamine. Also in 25, showing on the local record, not the CCH yet, is another domestic violence. And Ms. Bismack, he's on supervision with you?
Out of Missaukee County.
Missaukee County. Any comment regarding bond from the defender's office?
Yes, Your Honor. Well, I respect the criminal history and the fact that he's on bond. I do think that this was a relatively, at least as relayed to me from Mr. Cole, not a particularly serious incident that stemmed from perhaps a mistake. He does stay at the New Hope Shelter. According to an email I received from Mr. Champion, he was given a PR bond recently in Missaukee County. I don't know exactly what the status of that. I'm sure Ms. Bismack would be able to tell you more.
Is that a new charge?
On the probation violation,
Okay.
Judge Ransom gave him a PR bond. However, he's to provide current contact information prior to release. Last I knew, he was at the New Hope Shelter, but then he had mentioned living with a family member.
What's the alleged bond violation?
A new charge of disorderly.
This case or a different case? Okay. All right.
But I given that it was a PR bond on the contingent on him providing a new address, and I would think that the New Hope Shelter counts as an address that they can receive mail there. I would ask for a personal recognizance bond. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Prosecutor's office.
Although this may not be an extremely serious charge, the defendant's behavior is a little bit concerning. He was found in the Ackwell parking lot, opening up people's car doors. Earlier in the night, he was found laying in the parking lot of Salvation Army as well, which is a little concerning to the people. On top of that, his praxis is not great. He does state that he probably has to failure to appears. He doesn't have any contact information. We don't know where he lives. So that is concerning to the people that we don't necessarily have a way to get in touch with him to get him to appear in court. I do understand he is already under supervision with Missaukee County. Given that, I will leave bond up to the discretion of the court.
All right, I too reviewed the praxis. It does score him at a risk level 6, although he reports that he may have failed to appear twice in Big Rapids. At least Lean shows one fail to appear, that he has an outstanding warrant from September of this year from Reed City on some sort of traffic civil infraction, it looks like. Although he does score a risk level 6, this is a disturbing the peace or disorderly person charge. I will release the defendant on a personal recognizance bond. Sir, you are to appear as ordered, keep your contact information current, not leave the state without permission, and to commit no new crimes. You are also ordered to appear as ordered, keep your contact information current, not leave the state without permission, and to commit no new crimes. Now, just like Judge Ransom established, I would like you to also contact the court and let us know where you are going to be residing. It sounds like it's going to be the shelter, but if something happens where that changes, you need to let us know that. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, before you leave the jail today, you'll be receiving your next court date. Essentially because nobody has any way to get a hold of you, make sure that you make note of that court date, because if you fail to appear, the court could issue a bench warrant for your arrest. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you have any questions for me about your bond?
No, sir.
All right. Thank you, jail. Are we able to do the next arraignment?
Your Honor, we're gonna try, see how it goes.
Okay. A person at the jail, what is your name?
You don't know my name?
Yes, what is your name?
You don't know my name. Who are you?
I'm Judge Wiggins. I'm the judge of the 84th District Court. I have a name on paper. I just want to confirm it's you. So who is your name?
You
What is
asked
your
me
name?
what is my name?
Yes, what is your name?
You're under investigation.
That's what, I'm sorry?
You're under investigation for saying what is my name? You don't know who I am since I've been here?
Are you Yuri Alexyakov?
That is he.
That is you?
That is me, yeah. That is he, that's me. This is the name I was given.
Were somebody from the defender's office able to meet with him today?
Briefly, he declined my help, but I would like to raise competency issues nonetheless.
I did not
Sir,
decline. I just asked for copy machines, video, I asked him to grab camera footages of body movements from these, see how to inspect body language, see if there's any kind of whispering while I was in that jail cell talking, like for 24 hours straight. If they did not record my threats I was making during that stay at the jail cell, if they didn't record, he said, I'm gonna check systems in other copy machines, if it's how it was been made and built in other jails, if it's capable of recording, and I'll see who manufactures these copy machines, if it's erased from that capability to not record. If it's been erased, you guys will all be charged for tampering with evidence.
All right. Well, I have a process I have to go through, so let me get through that first. So I have a complaint that alleges that on or about October 8th, 2025, in the village of Buckley in Wexford County, it is alleged that you committed the offense of police officer assault, resist, and obstruct. That is a felony punishable by up to 2 years in prison and/or a fine of $2,000, and consecutive sentencing may be imposed if it happened in a place of confinement. Additionally,
I'm not
you've charged
afraid,
with,
guys. Lord. Investigation, my friend. Who you are, we're gonna put you under investigation, honorable. You're not an honorable judge anymore. Corey Wiggins, you're under investigation. Who you are, who we have contact with it. You're government employees, so you're within the terrorist organization. We're gonna find out because there's corruption involved. There was attempted assassination on me. I was poisoned. I have the right to defend myself. Any kind of Russia to be notified, any terroristic arrest. I said 7 months ago. You guys arrested terrorists. I said Russia has to be notified because I was poisoned. Any food given to me, I count America as there's terrorists. For corruption, you guys want to kill. So I want Russia to be notified, send a plane. You say, you already know they can just get the copy machines, get them and follow the orders. Follow the security I built inside me to combat terrorism and corruption. Thank you very much. And we will stand for the law. We will not bow down to filth and corruption in the system. We will not. We'll take action. We the people will take action. You're all, this county's under investigation for attacking, for accusing me, Judge. You're under investigation. You understand? For threatening October 7th.
count number 2, you're charged with malicious destruction of fire or police property.
We're gonna monitor you. We're gonna see what you have, because there was attempted assassination on me. All right? You better shut your mouth and sit. There's nobody.
That is a felony punishable by up to 4 years in prison and or a fine of
Listen, I have the right to
$5,000.
threaten. I was poisoned. I said a long time ago. Authorize a plane to land. I was poisoned. I have the right to defend myself to get out of this lane for terrorism. I have the right. Do you understand that, Judge?
Additionally,
you
you've been
agree or
charged as a
disagree?
4th habitual offender.
Listen, I don't care about your charges. I'm gonna. Judge, if you insult me one more time, do it. Tell me you're gonna charge me. Contact Russia before you charge me. You're not allowed to charge me prior to any terrorist arrest. Russia to be notified. Did you notify Russia? You're under
That
arrest.
makes each of those charges
You're
punishable by up to
under
15
arrest.
years in prison.
Sit. I don't care about your charges. Sit, you terrorist, corrupt terrorist. Sit.
On felony
Pig.
complaints, you have certain rights. You have the right to remain
I'll
silent.
break that
All right,
face in that
corrections, you can
I'll
remove
break
him.
your
We'll try
face.
this. We'll try this at a different time. I don't want to
I'll break-
endanger yourself.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You're not gonna accuse me of any charges. You're not gonna have victory in me.